Mary Catherine Ham, Brian Wilson, Brian Neiman, today's newsmakers, and you, the Morning Majority. 105.9 FM. And AM 630. WMAL.
All right, well, we've got John Fund of the American Spectator on the line. He knows everything there is to know about elections. Good morning, John. How's it going?
Thanks, Mary Catherine.
Yeah, no problem. So tell me a little bit about this split with the Michigan delegates between Romney and Santorum. We've been talking about, is it a true W for Romney, or does the tie in the delegates mean that Santorum's got his momentum again?
The difference is going to be one or two delegates as to who has the majority. There are 2,000 delegates to the Republican convention. Do you think anybody's going to be talking about this in August? No. I mean, the problem, look, life is unfair. Mitt Romney won Michigan. He won the popular vote. He won the headlines. End of story. Rick Santorum did a wonderful job of coming close. He had a lot of Democrats who wanted to embarrass Mitt Romney and the Republicans along with him for the ride. But, a win is a win.
All right. Well, moving forward to Super Tuesday, what are Santorum's best chances to rack up as many delegates as possible?
Well, we're in the perception game right now.
Right.
Delegates are important, but Santorum has to win Ohio. Ohio is next to Michigan. It's next to his home state of Pennsylvania. It's a key swing state. It's got everything that he needs. It's got more evangelical voters than Michigan. There's 44% of Ohio Republicans are evangelicals, as opposed to only 39% of Michigans. He's got to win Ohio. If he wins Ohio, he's still in the race. If he doesn't win Ohio, he's going to be in the position that Mike Huckabee and some others were in 2008. Good showing, but no cigar.
Well, he's up by 11 points, according to one poll in Ohio.
And he was up by 15 in Michigan before the Romney negative steamroller came around the corner.
So that's what you see happening. Romney comes in and spends a lot of money in the state of Ohio and reverses that situation.
Yeah, now Santorum does have some assets. He's got the Attorney General, Mike DeWine, in his corner. He's got a couple congressmen. But in the end, it's the machine versus, the man. And usually, not always, the machine crushes the man if it's big enough.
And does Mitt Romney have the money to do Super Tuesday, negative steamroller in as many states as he would need to keep the narrative sort of positive for him?
Well, he has said he will not dip into his own funds, which are voluminous and probably amount to $250 million.
Right.
But he always can do that. In fact, the time it takes for him to do that is the time it takes for him to write a check.
Isn't that a huge morale gut check if he's having to write his own check?
Well, we wouldn't know about that. We wouldn't have to know about it for several weeks.
Oh, that's true. Very good point. All right. Well, what about Newt? Is there a chance that he can rise again? He'd have to win Georgia, but it has a lot of delegates in Georgia.
Well, he'd have to win Georgia, and Newt, of course, can rise again. The problem is the narrative on Newt is he has been great on beating up the media. He's been great on beating up Obama. But when it comes to landing real blows that count against either Santorum or Romney, he's a flawed messenger because there's so many flip-flops and so many contradictions in his own record. So I think Newt is seen as a terrific campaigner, but not necessarily someone who can close the sale. He has the opposite. He has the same problem as Romney in a different way.
Well, I look at this comment from Secretary Chu yesterday about energy prices, saying basically we don't mind if gas prices go up. Our objective is to get the American people off of oil. And I say, wow, put that on a reel until November. But the GOP candidates have been notoriously bad about not sort of latching on to the news cycle and making the best of it, in my opinion. Do you think they can in this case?
Well, if anyone can do it, it would be Newt, because remember, it was a couple years ago where Newt's famous slogan was "Drill, baby, drill." And if Newt hasn't been the one talking most about using our natural resources in this country before we turn to foreign dictators, I don't know who has been. So this would be seen to be an issue tailor-made to him.
Right.
The problem again is, I can tell you what the response and counterattack will be. That famous scene with Newt Gingrich on the couch with Nancy Pelosi in that TV commercial.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. Well, there is that.
The most infamous couch sitting of all time.
All right, John.
What is it that Rick Santorum said? The only person I've sat in the couch to is next to my wife.
Yeah.
That's a double whammy, that one.
Yeah. John, good to have you on the show. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.